Hello friends and welcome. Let me start by explaining what this video is about because I don't know what to title it and the thumbnail is probably just some clickbait trash. So my advice to some coaching students that has come up a couple times lately is that it's not always clear what you should do after you get an advantage in the lane. So say you get a kill or two, or maybe you can just leave the lane. I notice a lot of people are not sure what to do, and so they end up sticking around a lot longer than necessary when they could be leaving. And sometimes they do end up coming to the decision that they should leave and go do something else, but it involves a lot of idle time first. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give you some advice on how to cut down that idle time so you can be a little bit more efficient and get to whatever else you need to do a little bit faster. And this is important because some stuff in Dota, like stacking and pulling, are very time restricted depending on the camp. There's only a small window you can do it. And so if you delay for a few seconds too long, you might miss an opportunity to then further push your advantage. You know, you get a kill and then boom, I stacked while I had free time, something like that. But if you miss that timing, then, you know, we're not really pushing our lead. So here, let me demonstrate the notion. So Radiant support. Now we get a Witch Doctor kill, and now we're gonna get a Pudge kill. Just kidding, he's gonna TP away. Right now, guys, what should Winter Wyvern do? My advice to you guys is that when you're on the Radiant and a situation like this occurs, maybe a double kill, a kill, someone TP's out, a kill, but the guy remaining is no threat to the Juggernaut. Like, say the Witch Doctor lives, but like he's not going to threaten the Juggernaut on his own. Or maybe you see Juggernaut 6, so you know you can leave him. What should the Winter Wyvern do right now? You don't need to know the answer right away. That's the beauty of this. Just start walking to the left immediately as Winter Wyvern. 90, let's say 95 to 99%. I'm not sure on the exact amount, guys. It's a little estimated. Almost everything you want to do as this Winter Wyvern right now is in this direction to the left. If you look at the minimap, it's like everything over here. There's nothing to do in this corner of the lane. So immediately start sprinting to the left. So let's back up a little bit. So right here, get the kill, and immediately just start walking this way. I don't even know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm gonna start walking this way. Step 2, take a look at the time, 7:42. So you guys, what can you do at 7:42 right now as this Winter Wyvern? There's a couple different things you can do. For example, if you want to pull this small camp, which happens to be dead right now, so you can't, it needs to, like, that's gotta happen, like, right now. Winter Wyvern needs to bolt over here, hit this camp, and then run straight down. Any extra second waiting around here is going to miss the chance to do a small pull. What about if you want to stack? Still got to walk over here, still need to take the time to move over here. If you realize it too late, you're going to miss it. So for example, Winter Wyvern ends up sticking around here a little bit, but Juggernaut's doing all this, right? So Winter Wyvern wasn't sure. Okay, now I get over here. Again, in this case, the camp is dead. Did make it here in time to stack if that was what their goal was. But if they wanted to pull this small camp, again, pretending it's alive, they would not have made it. Now, do you really need to stack the small camp in a lane that you're winning? You just got some kills here, and it's about time to leave this Juggernaut alone. You don't really need to stack this camp. It would be better to stack a more valuable camp for Jug to farm. That's a little different from the topic of this video, but in this case, it's like, oh, I made it here to stack the small camp, but I guess my point is like, well, actually, if we had walked to the left, looked at the time, decided what we need to do, we could have stacked a more valuable camp. Let's go back one more time. As we look at this, and as we click to the left, and we look at the time, that is when you start evaluating your decision. So let's start listing a couple things you could do right now. So we already mentioned the pulls and the stacks, but actually let's put those stacks on hold for a second. Pulls are very time restricted, so those are probably your number one consideration, especially because we're right next to them. There's a couple other things we might want to think about. 2, 4, 6, 8, even numbers, power runes. So do we want to come to the mid lane and try to help our whoever mid, Viper in this case, secure the runes against Ember Spirit, I believe in this case? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Kind of depends on your hero, how fast you are, what time it is. In this case, we'd be a little late to the rune, I think. But it could be something Winter Wyvern wants to do. Start walking this way and help secure this rune. Actually, I think it's got boots, so it'll probably just make it in time. So that could be something. Even numbered minutes, power runes are another option, and maybe with those runes you can gank or something. Winter Wyvern's not really the best ganking hero in the game, but, you know, depending who you play, that might be something you can do. So maybe you smoke over here, runes, whatever. 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes, some multiple of 3, bounty runes are an option. So right now, not really a choice, but maybe it's 8 minutes and 30 seconds you get that double kill. What can I do? I start walking to the left, I look at the time. Do I want to stack on my side? Or maybe I want to place a deep ward and steal the bounty rune. That's another option. So I kind of just revealed a little bit of the secret. But as you decide to start moving further and further from your lane, and you start going for power runes or bounty runes, you might want to mix in placing a deep ward at the same time, because now we're just being time efficient. We're already out on the map. Let me place a ward while I'm here as well. Now, ultimately, if your goal is to leave this lane down here, this safe lane, you want to make your way all the way up to the off lane, because we want to start pressuring this enemy safe lane tower and getting it. And what we've talked about are just a bunch of different things you might do along the way. So that's why we're moving to the left, because our end goal is the enemy safe lane, our off lane, if we can do that. You know, if you start moving over and you realize, wait a minute, I can't leave the laning stage yet, I still need to be here for Juggernaut, well, I still have some time because we just killed some enemy heroes, so then we reevaluate. Maybe I go a shorter distance, I stack something here, I go for a rune and I ward, and then I return to the lane. That would be fine. But maybe as you're walking over, you look at your lane and you think, you know what, I can leave Juggernaut alone, let me start heading over. So you just start walking, and if it's not time to stack yet, like say it's like 7 minutes, you don't have to stack or do anything for quite a while, then you can make your journey all the way over here. And as you're walking, you take a look at the mid lane and you decide, can I gank here or not? Is it time for runes? No, we already decided 7 minutes, there are no runes. Can I gank? No. All right, we just continue the journey. And as we get here, it'll be close to 8 minutes at this point for a lot of supports who don't have boots. And now you look at the off lane and you decide, well, can I actually do anything? This catapult will be dead by the time I get here. Doom's low. So actually, there's not that much for me to do here right now. Maybe it's worth my time to stay here and double stack. Or maybe, at that point, maybe it's turning 8 minutes, 9 minutes. Do I want to go for a power rune or secure my own bounty rune, something like that? And you get to make these decisions as you're walking and thinking. And it's a lot better than just sitting here idling, not sure what to do, and then eventually you move out. Now let me show you an example from one of my own games. Darkseer here is dragging the creep wave, but he's quite low, notice that. So I can't really contest this creep drag very much. I will put myself at a lot of risk because Dark Willow is in the area, but I check on Medusa, and that was kind of quick. Let me show you guys. Medusa will be fine here. I have been leveling up my living armor in preparation of even doing this, of leaving Medusa here and just healing her from afar. So she'll be fine under this tower. And like what a lot of supports end up doing is they come here with Medusa. They're like, okay, well, small pull camp died. I can't chase this creep wave. I'm still needed in the lane, so let me stay here. But you're not. So that's the thing. It's not always about getting kills. At some point, you can leave the lane because you're not needed. Darkseer is low health. Dark Willow is full. Sorry, Darkseer is full health. Dark Willow, I'm messing up my. You know what I mean. Dark Willow is here, but Medusa's not in danger, so I am not needed right now. If laning resumes again, then I probably want to come back because Medusa's not that far ahead. I don't think she's even ahead really. He's also level 4. But laning is not happening right now, so this is a time for me to leave. No kills were had, but I can leave. And so I'm going to move because I'm on the Dire. I'm just going to start walking to the right. You guys saw, pulls, not an option. So let's take a look at the time. 4:37. What can I do? I can stay here. I'm checking on Medusa again, healing her up. So I can stay here for the double stack. Now we can take the time to decide, is it like, do I have the freedom to fully move to the off lane side? And it's important to walk so you can TP home. I don't know if I said that, but you should know. The reason we're doing this whole thing of walking to the off lane is to be able to TP home. I'm not really going to make it anywhere. It's 4:40, right? So no pulls. Cross that off. Are we going to make it over here to stack Ancients in the hard camp, which would be a more valuable stack, but it's 441 and I'm a slow hero. Am I going to make it over here? No, I'm going to be somewhere like here by the time it comes to a stack, and at that point I'll only be able to really get this camp. And so why would I get one hard camp when I can go for a double stack here? That's better. So in fact, I'll just sit here. And that might feel weird to just wait here for like 10 seconds before I can stack, but I can't do anything else in those 10 seconds. I'm not going to gank mid lane as a Treant Protector. It's not really what I'm going to do. 5 minutes, so no power runes, no bounty runes. So this is pretty much the most valuable thing I can do in the time I have. And that's why it was good for me to start walking this way and then look at the time, and then I can evaluate my decisions. So here I stick around. You know, it feels weird, but you notice I'm looking around the map. That's what you can do now. So you're not just, you know, AFK sitting here. We're gathering more information to make our next plan. Am I going to stay in this lane? Am I going to move around? What else do I have to do? Who knows? So here we go. I double stack. And now I decide, you know, I'm looking around, like, do I stay? Do I move? I got some items from the courier, and I'm going to come over here and ward for Medusa, and I'm starting to think about whether I want to leave or not. So I take a look at that lane, and I decide I don't need to be here, actually. So even though Darkseer has returned with full health, and Medusa, you know, she's not at a huge advantage, but level 5 to 5, and I can heal her from afar, and I have my teleport, so I will return here when needed. And until then, will I really do anything if I come to this lane? No. Now I know that's much harder to identify, like when you're not needed in a lane. That's, I don't know, that's a series of like other videos that you slowly absorb over time. But if you ever get the feeling at least that, you know, maybe I'm not needed here and I can go somewhere else, that's where this starts to apply a bit more. And I see that, and so I decide, is it time for me to move? Now, I didn't really get anywhere, actually. This will happen sometimes, where I walked here, and then I was like, oh, well, I don't really need to pull, because Darkseer always shoves the lane, you know, and a small pull is probably not worth as much as a double stack. I was assuming this isn't stolen. That was one of my fears. That's a different issue. But I come here for the double stack. But actually, Darkseer ends up using Surge to try to kill the courier, so we end up getting a kill on him. I missed the stack, but now this brings up the question again. All right, am I needed in this lane where there is no Darkseer? No. Do I need to place a ward? No, I've already done that. Now you even see me, I'm like, what do I do? And I should have been walking straight to the right, because everything else I have left to do is in this direction. If we look at the minimap, now I start making it. You'll notice when I started the journey, it was around, we got the kill like exactly at 6 minutes. That means bounty runes were an option, but people weren't on the map, and I'm a slow hero, so I probably wasn't going to really steal their bounty rune. Plus, I didn't really want to be here, right? Because I'm not going to gank mid lane, and the only other place to return from here is back to my lane, or to like come back here, and I just want to get to the off lane. So for a combination of reasons, being slow, not knowing where they are, so there's a good chance they already have the bounty rune, not wanting to play in this area, and not really needing to place another deep ward over here, because if you actually look, we have one here, we have one here, and so I don't really need another one in this area. Well, it could have been okay, to be honest, but I chose not to do it. I chose to get to the hard camp stack, or the ancient stack. So I'm going to keep walking, and you'll notice I'm looking around the map. So this is what you do while you travel. You gather information, and you decide, am I needed here? Am I needed there? I see them kill Hoodwink in the mid lane, so I'm not really needed in the mid lane. So that means we're definitely going to go bottom. But earlier we checked, and I can see on the minimap, like, I'm not going to do too much there. And if I go there now, I will not make it in time for this double stack. And this double stack is worth more, in my opinion, than being there to help Pango get like 1 or 2 creeps. So I'm going to spend the time to double stack. And now I will then decide, you know, what do I do from here? Now, in these examples, I'm Treant Protector. The last one was Winter Wyvern, as we talked about it. So ganking wasn't really the strongest option, but if you do have a ganking hero, you can consider coming mid lane with it, with a smoke. And while you're here, placing a deep ward. I didn't really have a ward in this example, because I already replaced one. But I hope you get the idea that once you can at least identify, you know what, I don't need to be here anymore. For whatever reason, kills, whatever, just start walking this way if you don't know what to do. Walk to the right if you're on the Dire, and if you're on the Radiant, walk to the left. Look at the time, and then come up with some ideas of what can you do given the time frame we have, and can I like fully leave this lane? If you can fully leave the lane, then know that our journey is to get to the off lane and to keep our teleport. I know we could teleport here, but we want it so that we can teleport back to our hard carry if needed. So we have to walk, and we're going to keep an eye on the time to know, like, you know, maybe we get here and it's like 750, you know, then I'm going to stack here. I'm going to wait here a few seconds, stack this, and then move on. And you can do that because while you're walking, you can make these decisions. And sometimes people just sit still while they make their decisions. And then they're like, oh, I should stack. And then they look at the time and they're like, oh, it's too late because I wasn't moving already. So that's why you got to move first. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful. Give it a shot. You'll probably mess it up sometimes, you know. Last thing. Why might you stay here instead of, like, you get a double kill and you stay in this lane instead of leaving? One, the enemy mid laner is rotating in which case we don't want to walk in this direction because they might kill us. So you might run into the trees or run back to your tower to get to safety. So that's reasonable. Two, you still need to be in lane for whatever reason, and there's no pulls to be done, in which case you might just sit here and hit your own creeps. And that's not too bad because you kind of fix equilibrium while the enemy heroes are gone a little bit by getting your own creeps killed. Those are kind of the two bigger reasons of why you might stay in the lane. Oh, and of course, if laning is still happening, you know, but that's different. That's like not the point of this video. But those are the reasons why you would stay here. But for all the other cases, just walk to the left, walk to the right. Thanks, guys. Bye.